Oh, I'm sure you heard everything we've been talking about. The excitement, the majesty. Too fresh, too furious. I think it's just the fresh and the furious this year.
Yes, they ran out of movies to emulate, or they were going to.
I think they just decided that they'll go straight the fresh and the furious, and then follow it by the year, and then you'll know exactly what it is, as opposed to, I mean, last year was FreshMeat Drift or something like that. And
so here we are, Fresh and Furious 2013, and this is bout number 10.
An elimination bout. The loser goes home, or at least sits in the stands for the rest of the day. The winner moves on, plays one more game at least.
In the white, we have the Debutante Warriors, a mixed team of the Derby Debutantes and the Woodstock Warriors. They face the Hammer City FreshMeat in the black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
Hammer City FreshMeat also with a couple of skaters from Tri-City Rollergirls getting out of the pack first. That's number 988. Do we have number 988? We'll look for her momentarily. Well, that's it. It's Fifi. Some of the Debutante Warriors do not have their names on the back of their jerseys. They have had to switch to white for this game. They traditionally like their black uniforms, but Hammer City getting to wear the black. So Fifi Vatbachet getting lead jammer, having called off in the first jam, and we shall get another jam underway. I'm seeing Steffi Spitfire on the line, but opening up on the outside for Velvet Thunder, the jammer getting lead. Jay Hell just absolutely smoking the line for Hammer City. Opened up a huge gap for their jammer. And Velvet Thunder is lead jammer in the pack, coming around the outside. Steffi Spitfire escaping as well, but not before. Velvet Thunder picks up all 5 points for the Debutante Warriors.
The two jammers race on, both of them on a scoring pass.
Both of these jammers very short. If you listened to us last time, we were talking about how short jammers often get hit in the face. Steffi Spitfire with a full face shield.
Looks like Jay Hell are going to be taking a trip to the penalty box as that jam comes to a close. And the Debutante Warriors with an early lead.
7-0 for the Debutante Warriors. Hammer City going with Dangerous on the line. Dangerous has been playing for the A team, their travel team, their WFTDA level travel team, a team that moved from 133rd in the world at the beginning of the season to 93rd at the last ranking. So a big move up of 40 points. Dangerous, a big part of that success.
Absolutely. There was a period in the wilderness for Hammer City, and it looks like that is over. And right now, they have lead.
Homerick and Hawley doing a job of holding Wookie Monster back in the pack, but picked up a penalty on the play, allowing Wookie Monster to get out. Dangerous lead jammer coming up on the back of the pack.
Dangerous inside the pack. It's moving quickly. She's putting on big strides to get through it. Takes a hit there from Ash Kicker and calls off the jam. She must have had some sort of rear view mirror because Wookie Monster was steaming up into the pack.
I think she has a couple of skaters from the Hammer City girls off on turn number 3 doing a little third base coaching, providing some assistance to Dangerous. It's always nice to have those support staff out there to let you know when it's time to call it off.
Absolutely. We've seen the growth of that third base position over the past few years, and even in the smaller leagues you will see enthusiastic fans giving advice from that track position.
Velvet Thunder moving through on the inside. Steffi Spitfire on the outside, looking to see who is lead jammer. It is Velvet Thunder getting out just ahead of Steffi Spitfire. Jammer races on.
Still, they race the pack itself moving quickly. They have to race that as well. Velvet Thunder cuts through the pack, calls off the jam. Did she keep Steffi Spitfire off the board?
Yes, she did. Nothing for Hammer City. Just checking the jammer. 4 points for Velvet Thunder. Debutante Warriors moving to 11. Hammer City at 3. 16.5 minutes to go. And a reminder that the MVPs from these teams will receive a set of wheels from Rydell. Rydell, a fine sponsor of the Fresh and the Furious, doing a great job of providing wheels for MVP awards for every team in this tournament.
One blocker in the box for Hammer City. Otherwise, no change to the skaters on the track. Dangerous, avoiding some blows to the face as she bounces through the pack, and that allows the Debutante Warriors to pick up lead.
That's right. That's Fifi Vatbachet doing a nice job using her momentum to push the blockers out of the way on the inside, finding her own gap. And now she's all the way around the track, pushing away on the outside, goes to her knees, calls off the jam. Points on the board for Hammer is 0, and she gets all 4 points for the Debutante Warriors, 15-3 early on in this game, Slim.
She took a hit there from Pretty Shady right at the end of the jam, and that prompted the call off. Although I'm sure she's happy with the points she picked up at the same time. 15 and a half minutes remaining.
Pretty Shady, also a blocker who has made an appearance on the A team from Hammer City. Lots of inexperienced skaters getting lots of experience on that travel team. All these skaters have skated for less than a year, had less than 5 or less bouts in their lifetime.
Steffi Spitfire trying to shopping cart 3 blockers in front of her and doing a good job of skating clean while doing so. Finally, she outlasts him. Steffi Spitfire is lead.
Nice work on the part of the diminutive jammer from Hammer City, drawn way to the back. That's number 1127, Velvet Thunder. Homewreck and Holly doing a job on her, keeping her in the pack, allowing Steffi Spitfire to get through. Up at the front, we've got out of play signaled. Skaters getting chopped. Steffi Spitfire gets 5 points, and then Bomber goes to the box.
Velvet Thunder inside the pack, getting struck down towards the inside. Steffi Spitfire comes around to re-engage with the pack, fights her way to the front, and she's through on a scoring pass.
Velvet Thunder having a phenomenal first game, having a very tough second game against Hammer City blockers, getting knocked around in that pack, Slim.
It would appear that Velvet Thunder, being smaller, is having some difficulty. Hammer City has some very tall skaters as well. And we've had a star pass. Velvet Thunder giving up the star to number 9.
Hades Comet. So Hades Comet, now the jammer of note for the Debutante Warriors. Steffi Spitfire putting another 5 points up on the board for Hammer City. Hammer City in danger of taking the lead in this game, Slim.
Indeed, Steffi Spitfire now inside the pack in a scoring pass, looking for jammer support, takes a whip there from Gitana Loba and puts up a grand slam.
Those 5 points move Hammer City to 18. Debutante Warriors remaining at 15. The Hammer City Fresh Meat team has taken the lead.
Steffi Spitfire coming around the mountain. She's inside the pack once again. She's actually quite speedy away from the pack, able to come around the mountain and pick up more points. The jam comes to a close, and she puts up 3 more.
26 points for Hammer City. I believe Hammer City only had 3 going into that. So that was a 23-point jam, if my math is correct. If it isn't, I'm sure someone at home will correct me. 15 points for the Debutante Warriors. Great blocking effort on the part of Hammer City, keeping the jammer in the pack for the entire 2 minutes.
That is the classic offense and defense simultaneously, which makes modern roller derby such an exciting game. And here we go again, Captain Lou.
Jam is underway. Coming through the front, Wookie Monster. Homewreck and Holly picking up a multiplayer block. Dangerous also escaping from the pack. She's in hot pursuit of Wookie Monster. She's got 25 feet to make up, Slim.
Wookie Monster sees Dangerous as she turns her head and puts on a burst of speed. She maintains the distance between them, and she's heading for that pack. A wall of 4 in the back, and now they move into a conga line. Swarming up front, they create room for their jammer.
Hez Dispenser and Pretty Shady doing their best to hold back Wookie Monster. Unsuccessful. She gets through, picks up all 4 points for the Debutante Warriors. 19-26, 7-point lead for Hammer City.
The Debutante Warriors did a really good job of moving their formation at the back of the pack to the front. If they could continue their pack tactics like that, considering the fact that they're from 2 different leagues, they may be able to turn the tide in this contest, Captain Lou.
Well, the Debutante Warriors did only lose their first game by 1 single point in a perhaps mistimed call-off. So they will now put Fifi Vatbachet back on the line with the star, and she will pick up lead jammer for the Debutante Warriors. That's number 213, Hardcore Lolo for Hammer City, wearing the star this time, Slim.
Pretty Shady tries to throw the hit. This is ineffective, and for the Debutante Warriors, 5 more points on the board.
Those 5 points bring their score to 24, only 2 points behind the 26 Hammer City has right now. Hardcore Lolo having a tough time making it through the blocking core of the Debutante Warriors, and Fifi is through for another scoring pass. 5 more points on the board, another lead change, Slim.
Absolutely tremendous work here from Fifi Bûches. And she's coming around again. It is a slow-moving pack, and she was able to catch up with it again. She's on another scoring pass inside the pack. Oh, collides with the back of Pretty Shady. That may be a back-blocking penalty.
We're waiting. We did hear a whistle on the call. We are just waiting to see if anybody is being sent off. Hardcore Lolo going through for 4 points of her own. And Fifi did go to the box.
Indeed. She just received the penalty in front of the box and crawled to it. We didn't see her.
Also going to the box is number 314. That's Jay Hell. Debutante's in a bit of trouble right here. Hammer City has regained the lead. Oh, and a massive hit on Hardcore Lolo, number 94. Who isn't on my list at all.
No, indeed, nor mine.
I'm going to guess that it is Wrench Bendon Betty, who skates for the Woodstock Warriors. We may have her number listed incorrectly on our sheet, but whoever she is, she absolutely laid out Hardcore Lolo. Now Home Wrecking Holly returning the favor.
Indeed. A retaliatory hit there from Home Wrecking Holly. Now Hammer City congaed off to a side. Home Wrecking Holly sets herself into a position to clear for her jammer, throws the same hit into Wrenchbender, and Hardcore Lolo picks up a couple more points as the jam comes to a close.
Checking the scoring, Tsunami Warning, the jammer ref heading to the penalty box to see, or heading to the scoring table to make sure all the scoring was done correctly. Scoring is currently 41-29. We're going to get an official timeout. This official timeout will be brought to you by Monster Muffin. Unleash your inner monster on the track in Monster Muffin Derby wear from street to track. We've got you covered, outfitting teams with uniforms around the world. Check out all of the excitement at monstermuffin.com. And if you've been watching earlier today when the Renegade Derby Dames were skating, Monster Muffin herself was on the track.
Indeed, she put in quite a good turn off the jammer line for the Renegade Derby Dames.
That's right. I actually put her name down as a player to watch, a possible MVP for her team. I'm not sure she needs skates or needs wheels, though, if she's owning her own shop.
Derby girls always need wheels, Captain Lou. Some of them are wheel-obsessed, owning more than several pairs apiece.
Well, as we have seen today on this track, the condition of the floor has been deceptive. It has been rather slippery in parts, sticky in others, lots of skaters losing their footing. So I suspect in these second games, you will see a fair number of skaters having changed their wheels so that they can get greater grip. We should also show some love for the Rumbling Rage Derby Shop. Rumbling Rage Derby Shop, your one-stop shopping experience. Everything you need to play roller derby, all in one store. Check us out online at www.rumblingRageDerbyShop.com.
We have all the skaters from Hammer City on the track.
And none of the skaters from the Debutante Warriors.
If you are just getting audio, if you're in your car or the shower. Hammer City, 45. The Debutante Warriors, 29, and 9 minutes remain.
Hammer City, of course, in the traditional black and gold of Hammer City. Debutante Warriors wearing white. Debutante Warriors made up of skaters from the hosting league, the GTA Rollergirls, and skaters from the Woodstock Warriors from Woodstock, Ontario.
I'm hearing good things on the chat about the performance of the neophytes over in the bubble.
Another group team made up of skaters from northeastern Ontario. And Dangerous off the line, picking up lead jammer immediately for the Hammer City FreshMeat team.
She just loped right through the pack and put herself way out front. The pack's barely moving, and she's caught back up to it already on a scoring pass.
Fifi Vatpache out of the penalty box, through the pack as well. But Dangerous gets her way through, picks up all 4 blocker points, puts 4 more points up on the board for Hammer City. Calls off the jam. 8.5 minutes remaining in the game. Hammer City with a 20-point lead, 49-29.
If Hammer City can continue to skate cleanly and maintain this lead, it will be very difficult for the Debutante Warriors to dig themselves out of this. However, a power jam could change just about everything.
For Hammer City with that very first tough match against Les Bûches, keeping it close. And nice push to the inside by Homewreck and Holly, opening up the line for Steffi Spitfire. Lead jammer once again to the Hammer City FreshMeat.
Homewreck and Holly putting the shoulder into Velvet Thunder, who maintains her skates and even sneaks her way through the center of the pack. She's out in the free and clear as Steffi Spitfire gets in there.
Steffi Spitfire knocked to the ground by Jay Hell, gets herself back up, looking to get through to get points. Coming around quickly, Velvet Thunder approaching the back of the pack. She's going to have to be careful. Homewreck and Holly with a big hit on a blocker, clearing the way for Steffi Spitfire. No points on the board for either team.
Homewreck and Holly has been a tremendous physical presence for Hammer City in this contest. She's been able to place enemy players on their posterior almost at will.
Homewreck and Holly actually started skating in 2011, took some time off to have her child Ryerson, who joins Riley, probably sitting at home watching this game, and then came back to roller derby. So she had to have special dispensation for this, but really has not been skating for more than a year.
Wookie Monster out in front, lead jammer for the Debutante Warriors, looking to change their fortunes here and close that 20-point gap.
Dangerous about 40 feet behind her. Wookie Monster in the pack, cutting her way through the walls, out the front, calls off the jam. Fingers in the air, R3. That's going to move the Debutante Warriors to 32-49 for the Hammer City FreshMeat. 6.5 minutes remaining in the game. 17-point lead for Hammer City. They can't let up yet. That is a single jam difference. Even though these short games seem like 17 points is a lot, it isn't. It can turn in quick little 2 minutes. And Fifi Vatpache for the Debutante Warriors, lead jammer.
She's been doing some heavy lifting for the Deb Dub. Steffi Spitfire gives chase. Fast jammers, slow pack. We'll see who can grab the points and call it off. Fifi Vatpache tries to do just that, and we'll see if Steffi Spitfire got a steal on that.
1 point for Steffi, but 3 points for Fifi. The gap closes a little bit more, 35-50, 15-point lead for Hammer City. 5.5 minutes remaining in the game.
A timeout called here by the Debutante Warriors. I do believe that's Leeway Reckham in a coaching role.
It absolutely is. Leeway Reckham is coaching along with Pinky Tuffadero on the bench for the Debutante Warriors. Over on the bench for the Hammer City FreshMeat, we've got Peppermental and Wax Poetic. Nice to see skaters out there doing the coaching role when the FreshMeat teams get together and have to perform. It's good to have the support of veteran skaters.
And Wax Poetic, of course, taking on a larger role within the Women's Flat Track Derby Association. She is now part of that new rules committee that was recently struck.
Absolutely. She does a fine job throughout. She improves roller derby around the world. And I believe Wax Poetic will be one of the skaters trying out for Team Ontario. Team Ontario tryouts happening in July 28th in Guelph, Ontario, and then August 4th in Sudbury, Ontario. Skaters from across Ontario getting together to pick the all-star team from across the province that will then go on to play other all-star teams that are out there as well. So Wax Poetic, a very involved roller skater.
Improving roller derby wherever she goes. I wish that was said about us, Captain Lou.
Oh, I wish it was said about us. You only had to deal with us for another 5.5 minutes because that's all that's left in this game. Quickly through the front, Wookie Monster getting lead jammer. Dangerous getting out almost at the exact same time. No, so it was Dangerous that got lead jammer. I get those jammer refs all mixed up. Regardless, Dangerous calling off the jam, 0 points to either side. A little bit of time off the clock.
I think Dangerous called off the jam successfully, then thought she wasn't lead jammer, looked to the floor in disgust because she thought she'd received a penalty, and then everything was over.
Everything was fine. It's all right, Dangerous. And on top of that, she's going to take the star again, go right back on the track, and do it all over again. And I believe that's Velvet Thunder wearing the star for the Debutante Warriors. Dangerous getting lead jammer for a second jam in a row.
Well, she didn't do much skating in that previous jam, so they felt it was okay to double shift her, and here she is, eating up the distance between herself and that pack in a scoring pass.
One blocker aside in the box. The 3 blockers from Hammer City doing a good job of holding back Velvet Thunder. She's got 1 to beat. She gets out the front, and she has escaped as well. Dangerous has lapped the pack, come out the front. 4 points go up on the board. Dangerous looking to her bench. They're looking to ask her to kill some time on the clock.
She wants to call it off. She's been asked to keep skating. She decides to split the difference.
Kills an extra 5-6 seconds off the clock. That brings us down to about 4 minutes remaining in this game. 54-35, Hammer City over Debutante Warriors. Winner of this game will go on to play later today. When will they play? They will be playing at 5 o'clock against the loser of the next game. The loser of this game, well, they're done for the day, Slim.
They can check out some of the fine merchandise here at trackside, maybe get themselves a frosty beverage and observe the roller derby to come.
Mill Street, one of the fine sponsors of this tournament, Fifi Batvache, saying that she does not want to have this be her last game of the day, getting lead jammer for the Debutante Warriors. Hot on her heels, Steffi Spitfire for the Hammer City, and Fifi calling off the jam, Slim. Time running out, time the enemy of Debutante Warriors.
Steffi Spitfire, a skater with a short stride, but seemingly able to eat up a lot of track with it nonetheless.
Yes, I got to see her last weekend as she played for the Hamilton Harlots and against Royal City's Killer Queens, and she did a fantastic job there as well. A player to watch for as her career continues.
Up next here in the Reeve Arena, this will be game number 11.
And we will have the Renegade Derby Dames facing off against the Dirty Farmers from Durham region.
They weren't written in the slot there, but there are some ladies in John Deere green assembling behind us here.
That's right. So again, that will be, if you win, you get a bit of a bye. If you lose, you live to play one more game, but you can't lose any more after that. So that will be coming up at 3 o'clock. But this game has 2 minutes and 52 seconds remaining in it. 54-35 for Hammer City. We probably should not forget to give love to the 1234 Skate Company. From equipment to training to advice, 1234 Skate Company will get you rolling. Visit 1234skateco.com. And, you know, you're sitting at home watching this, enjoying the game. It's on Canuck Derby TV. If you have some love for Canuck Derby TV and perhaps hit the donate button, the odds of being able to watch more Derby on more weekends in your house will be increased. So do it.
Here we go. Wookie Monster and Dangerous together again at last, almost neck and neck. It is Wookie Monster with the whip hand, however.
We have seen this a lot with Dangerous lately. Her getting out of the pack with the other jammer at the same time. Not always getting lead jammer, but forcing the opposing jammer to call it off, burning time, valuable time off of the clock. 2 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in this game, Slim.
And as you said, no change to the scoreboard, but that is less important to Hammer City right now as they are in the lead. The clock is their friend.
They need to make sure that they don't make any mistakes so that they can put the Debutante Warriors away. The Debutante Warriors, on the other hand, need to get lead jammer, need to get points on the board, need an opportunity to be able to draw closer with time ticking down. Under 2 minutes remaining, Slim.
Action underway again. Steffi Spitfire jamming for Hammer City, and that is Fifi for the Debutante Warriors picking up lead.
J. Hell for the Debutante Warriors picking up a back block off the start. Fifi able to get through first. Stuck in the pack. Steffi Spitfire finally getting free. Fifi Vatpache coming around, looking to get her way through the wall of black and yellow. Knocked out of bounds twice.
Steffi Spitfire now catching up with the pack.
And Fifi picked up a track cut, Slim.
She was desperately trying to call off the jam to stop the scoring run by Steffi Spitfire, but she was unable to do so because a penalty had already been assessed.
This is going to be the last jam of the game. There's only 1 minute and 7 seconds remaining in the period. 1 minute and 14 seconds remaining in the jam. Fifi was lead jammer, so no one can call this jam off. And Steffi Spitfire putting 5 points up on the board for Hammer City. So at this point, it looks like Hammer City is going to win this game, with barring a horrible mistake by Steffi Spitfire.
Spitfire skates on with 5 more points on the board. Her teammates conged it off to one side. She just has to skate cleanly through this 2-wall in front of her. She does so, and that's another grand slam.
Yeah, Ass Kicker and Velvet Thunder unable to contain her. Pivot pretty shady, asking the blockers for Hammer City to drop back, keeping the pack at a standstill. A no pack call, and Pretty Shady quickly running up to the front to make sure that nobody picks up a penalty. More points going up on the board for Steffi Spitfire. Time running out in this game, Slim.
Spitfire in the pack again. Hammer City try the same ploy again, create a no pack situation. Jay Hell goes to the box. This would be her 4th penalty.
And in these short games, you are only allowed 4 penalties. If there was another jam, JL would not be part of this game any further. However,
it is all academic.
Time running out. And time runs out for the host team, the Debutante Warriors, as they have lost their second game. And in the double elimination tournament, that means you get to rest for the rest of the day.
Absolutely. The upside of being squeezed out of one's own tournament, they can enjoy the rest of the afternoon and check out all the action.
And there is a ton more action coming up today. Not only was there another game on track number 2, the Bubble, where the Queen's Court took on the Neophytes, but you will have 2 more games coming up at 3 o'clock. Again on this track, the Renegade Derby Dames taking on the Dirty Farmers from Durham region. And over on the Bubble, Crow City will be taking on the Divas. Crow City from Chatham, Ontario. The Divas from the rookie team from Toronto Roller Derby. Toronto Roller Derby, Slim, making it into the Division I WFTDA tournament out in Salem, Oregon.
Tremendous work there by the skaters of CN Power to get themselves in that position. So, folks, we're going to take a little break, but there'll be lots more action as Captain Lou just described. I am Lightning Slim for Captain Lou Albamo. You're watching Canuck Derby TV. Go absolutely nowhere.
Fan. She was pretty awesome at spring roll too. Yeah. That's fun. Let me get my track. Yeah. Yes. Tomorrow I'm thinking of going call for my game then? Yes. Okay. I'll probably do it. Sure. Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't know. Game 2. 420.
Increased availability and affordability of
Just by my skip, they only get one alone.
and a fresh meat.
I think it's because yeah, I've only seen one team with the hand-drawn names. So maybe the odd player here and there.
What?
Coin toss.
Corner with a coin toss. Pick a number from 1 to 10.
You're a loony cheesecake.
I don't give a shit.
Here.
This is way
It's fine.
It's zip. It's like it's the thing cooks stand on in the kitchen.
Yeah.
The rubber waffle. Sit away, because I'm on break. Oh my god.
I feel like
Did you win?
It's like an
Okay.
Christmas song.
Did you find any food?
No, just some slice pizza upstairs. I'll get some after this though.
I'm giving it.
Are you next door now or are you off?
I'm
No,
good
I
until
think it sat in
420.
my dad's car.
Strange enough, you're on the team that I want.
Exactly. What are you
I'll
doing?
see you sometime.